Hello folks, Brandon here. It's kind of late, as you can tell. It's got the color in the sky now. At the end of the day, it's beautiful every day. And because I'm enjoying and doing the series so far, talking about the sticks and whatnot, I decided to get a little bit to some other topics. Now, I've never done fencing, but the people that do, they have them kind of skinny, flexible, way flexible, more flexible than this one's. I'm not mistaken for what most I've seen on YouTube, television, etc. I think it's usually around like this length right here. This right here is off a Chinaberry tree. This is sometimes what I use just to play around with my friends in the yard and practice for sword fighting. And it's not too bad. It's pretty light. That's why I'm able to do it back and forth. Skinny as it is, light as it is, it's not like it disappears because it's pretty lightweight and it's skinny. And it's hard to keep, you know, besides seeing of my hand right there, the rest of it almost goes to a pretty much blur. Although you still can see it decently in the lighter parts of where the bark is peeled off this. Now years ago, this was a light just for the heck of it messing around sparring match between me and my dad. I had something like this also, Chinaberry piece. It was thicker, it was more flexible. And I was saying a flexi stick about the length of my arm, I could do better with than his nunchucks or nunchucka. These are my plastic training ones right here. And after doing so much with sticks and learning how to move it around my body, whatnot, I can do these right here decently. These are hard plastic with a chain. These are very much non-lethal compared to the regular ones, even though I guess you could still possibly use these different ways if you wanted to as something to swing at somebody. But because this chain eventually tightens at some point as I get closer, and it's not as flowing as the other one has had a rotating piece on this end right here, or a rope. That's why it doesn't flow as good, you know, and you see all the movies where people behind the back, and these, because they're so light, it's hard to do that and not have them bounce a little bit, because they're so light that somebody hit your hand and they bounce off, you know, so it makes it more of a challenge training with these, you know. And then there's the people that know how to do that, put them underneath the arm and they bring it out and whatnot. My dad is a big fan of Bruce Lee and nunchucks. I like Billy Jack and some of Steven Seagal's movies. Those are the people that I think, but mainly Billy Jack though, because they haven't really caught him, or Tom Laughlin plays him any lies yet that I know of. So yeah. So we got the length of this right here. This is your average size practice ones, okay? And you can see they are hollow, sure enough. But if this hits certain parts of your face, or the bones at, or some parts where vital air is at, it still would hurt a little bit. This would not feel good at all. Okay, especially if you got hit at any organ areas down there below the waist and above the knees, if you know what I'm talking about. So, there was a friend who liked sword fighting, liked fencing, and this was his stance right here. He had one leg in front of her, a little bit bent, not too much. This was his stance right there, all the time. Let me angle the camera down so you can actually see my legs. Well, I'm kind of bending forward, but yeah. So yeah, and I had a friend come here one time, done a video earlier, Arthur, we was messing around. He did pretty good for a beginner actually. I was a little more experienced beginner and he was his first time trying, did pretty good. Now I did kind of underestimate him, because I kept on hitting his knee, which was a lower target. He would go up, I'd hit his knee real quickly sometimes, or his leg right there in general. He said, "Oh, you know I'm going to hit your leg," and he looked straight down. I thought he actually was one of the people that was going to look where they was going to hit at, because I underestimated. I didn't think, you know, he was sadly actually smart. That was my ego getting the better of me, to pretend to look down and hit up. Now, if I hadn't underestimated him, I'd have seen that. I could have come in that way maybe. maybe, or done something. There was one time we both got each other across the neck, kinda. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So, yeah. And my main ones to practice with are made from China berry. Because I hadn't had the money when I first started all this stuff to buy these tools. And I accidentally got in the bow staff. See, I tried to make a spear from a China berry tree. And I realized the heartwood inside the middle was too soft, so it always ended up being a blunt spear, not a sharp one. So I figured, well, if somebody attacks me, how can I use this? And that's when I started figuring out the movements and learning myself. Then I liked to watch, and I saw some stick fighting on YouTube or TV or something. I liked it. I started watching YouTubers that taught me how to do certain motions with them. And I love Billy Jack. Was the first movie, you know, more gave me the idea, instead of just trying to hurt people and trying to be a hardcore, bad, you know what, but just a way to protect yourself, you know. I mean, it's fun to do kicks sometimes if you can do it decently. I mean, that's not that bad. I mean, that's pretty decent for somebody big as I am. I'm 6'5", 260 pounds, and I still can do some decent daggum kicks sometimes. So yeah, and my pockets are coming up on me when I do that in these pants, so please apologize for that. And now, even though that first time I ended up beating my dad for a while, by the end his chain got wrapped around my stick and snatched it out of my hand, because I guess I didn't have good a grip at that moment. And then he went to messing around wrestling. He almost had me, but because he has a messed up back, old as he is, he wasn't able to use his legs like me. But one thing he still has trained and learned better than I have in his lifetime of actually being a martial arts student, you probably guessed it by now, is trying to be out of breath. So yeah, I do more movements with my legs. I try to use my legs almost as much as my hands with daily tasks too. And I'm walking this way because my dog, Feather, likes going inside this field over here in front of our yard, out here where we live at on our family's land. And she likes sniffing stuff, and she's not supposed to go this far, so that's why I'm walking this way to retrieve her back. Do I got that thing back on right? Oh, that always looks crooked to me. You may not see my face as good, but there you go. That's how my hat looks. Feather! Fluff, fluff. There she is. Hey, baby girl, come here. Come here, Feather. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here, Fluff, fluff. Come here, girl. No, no. Stay. And she helps me a lot learning how to move my body or on the ground when we're wrestling. So, between her helping me try to, sometime when I'm running after, try to hold my breath there when I'm running or wrestling, helps me a lot with that. And sometimes she helps me with some leg movements. I can't really do this while holding the camera, but you see how she wants to play right now? Sometimes I'll find a way to, I'm running back from her, move, and not get caught up and move this way and move that way. How my legs are doing. See how she's trying to get me? Whew. She gets too close, I bring my knee up, and she's just trying to play with me right now. So hopefully you got that pretty good on camera. Come on, girl. Back in that road. Come on. 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 Don't worry, if she does bite on my clothes, she'll do it lightly. So she's just trying to play right now. Come on, get back in the yard. No. We're done, girl, we're done. Once again, pretty much out of breath. I hate when it gets a little bit cold out here during fall time, going into winter, because my nose always gets cold. And because how big I am, I notice when I'm trying to work on my thrusts and my jabs with my hand up for my punches, at the end of the day, my back and my shoulder blades are always hurting. So I'm still on my beginner journey of getting back into this. I started with the sticks and the kicks, and now I'm trying to move on to the breathing more of the grappling and the hand movements for blocking and throwing. And right now I'm just trying to get her back inside here. Get back inside, get your butt back in there. Got a wide stance here. So once you try to get this way or that, I can easily get her. And trying to move on the balls of my feet a little bit and twist my legs, do a little bit of pivoting. So, yeah. Come on, pick it up and go. Pick it up and go that way, that way. I was just straight step to the side at the time. I got an idea. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Oh, you about got it, don't you? You about got it, don't you? Oh, oh. I'm running backwards, running backwards. I got it, I got it. Woo, woo. I jumped. Oh, oh, oh. Come on, come on, come on. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Yeah, yeah. Come on, girl. Come on, I still got it. Go get it. Go get it. Good girl, now stay inside the yard. As you can see, it's about to get dark. A little bit out of breath. Listen to my heart for a moment. You can hear that. So yeah. But thank y'all folks for watching, and I'll see y'all around.